Hannah's fridge is getting emptier every month. The street fruit and vegetable seller lives on daily wages. Soaring inflation forces him to cut back on everything. The last cut? Food.
Ever since they floated the pound and the dollar price increased, fruit prices increased. It's become unaffordable for people to eat fruit. Some people used to buy 5 or 10 kilograms of fruit. Now they can buy 1 or 2 kilograms at most.
It now takes him up to 4 days to sell what would normally go in 1. Egyptian households of all income levels are seeing their spending power erode fast as inflation bites. The Egyptian pound is plunging, inflation soaring to 14.7% from 5% last year. Now, in an attempt to protect depleting foreign exchange reserves and to protect the currency, restrictions on imports resulting in rising prices and shortages of all sorts of products.
I feel like we're in a survival mode and it's getting a bit scary. Everything that was affordable has become less and less affordable.
Egypt is collateral damage in Russia's invasion of Ukraine, relying on 80% of its wheat from these two countries. Compounding the loss in supply, a doubling of global grain prices since February. 70 million Egyptians rely on subsidized bread. That's 70% of the population. The government is working on ramping up local grain production.
We should all know the gravity of the crisis is not just in Egypt, but all around the world.
Egypt's debt has shot to unsustainable levels. Like other emerging markets, Egypt lost billions of dollars this year as investors chased safer assets. Gulf countries injected billions in loans and investments to prop up the economy. The government offered shares in 7 of its main ports and other state assets in a bid to attract Gulf investors.
Look, it's like creating new monsters. We're in a very hard time. The government needs a lot of foreign exchange revenues in order to be able to finance its debt service. I'm not worried of a collapse of the Egyptian economy. I'm worried of a collapse of more people under the poverty line.
Anticipating social unrest, the government has initiated national dialogue with the opposition. A slight change of tack from years of a brutal crackdown on the slightest hint of dissent. Hannah relies on the government subsidy program for basic food and cash handouts.
We can do without eating meat, buying it once a month. We may buy chicken 2 or 3 times a month, not like before. We used to buy these once or twice a week. Now we can't because my income is low.
Fearing that these sacrifices are just the start of what could be a protracted crisis. Eleni Jokos, CNN.